Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. This is Darlene. Thank you for tuning in tonight. For anybody who finds me, I actually think my friend just texted me and said, "Did you know you're in competition with Biden's speech tonight?" And no, I didn't. But I try to schedule these as far in advance as I can. I've been trying to do them every Wednesday night. So, for the record, mine was scheduled before Biden made his announcement. So, just what can you do, right? What can you do? And I wish him all the luck in the world. But I'm not going to rearrange my life around that. So it is what it is. And if nobody tunes in, that's fine. I prefer to watch those things after the fact anyway. And it's edited and, I don't have to listen to the commercials and all that. So, yeah, whatever. Been a big week, hasn't it? My goodness, my goodness. I was listening to an astrologer, and I apologize, I can't remember her name, but she was talking about some cycle that was ending that has been a 16-year cycle. Now, that's very relative for me when I look back and I look at what happened 16 years ago in my life. I think, oh, that makes sense. So, I don't know if anybody else is good, but this last week to 2 weeks, especially this last week, has been really crazy over here in my world, and with big stuff. And thankfully, I'm happy to say that it wasn't. Well, it definitely affected me. It was my family. I mean, but thank goodness we're back on track now, and I think that's resolved to a large degree. But anyway, it's been kind of a really emotional roller coaster here for a bit, at least the last week or so. So I hope everybody out there's okay and none of that's happening to you. Maybe I took it for everybody this week. Who knows? But just glad things are back on track. So hey Wanell, how are you doing, honey? How are you doing? Have you got Biden on your other device? um I always, when I do these, I meditate. I'm gonna put these cards in. Thank you, Lionel. I appreciate you being so efficient there. Um, so when I get ready for these readings. When I do them, and I always go in and meditate, and do my little thing I do, and I ask most of the time, not every time, but I ask Spirit for if they want to bring somebody through, somebody's deceased loved one, then please let me know that, and so forth, so on. And so tonight, I do have somebody, but I don't know. I was debating about even sharing it because it was kind of strange in how it came through. And what I mean is, I'm not able to decipher it totally, and so that I don't like. I don't want to give information that I can't really state clearly. But I'm going to share what I can, and it really was quite brief. So basically, it was I heard that. Thank you. Go for it. Okay. I heard these words before I got a sense of who was saying them. I heard acid, acid, and then I heard, yeah, it was an acid trip. Acid, acid, acid trip. Now, then I got images of, and I may have my history wrong, so if I do, I apologize, and you can certainly correct me on this, but I don't even, show my ignorance, I don't even know enough about drugs to talk about drugs intelligently, but I think, is acid the same thing as LSD? Because I really don't know that for sure, but what and the reason I bring this up is what they showed me was, and I can't, there's a name for this. Y'all may or may not know it. It is the same. Thank you. Okay. Because what they showed me was there was this, choosing my word carefully, a study, an experiment using human subjects back, and I want to say it was in the 50s. I think it was in the 50s that reportedly, I think that there's proof about all this now, that the CIA conducted regarding LSD. And if I'm not mistaken, they use I don't know if all of their subjects were soldiers or volunteers. I don't remember all of that, but I want to say some of them at least were soldiers, but maybe anyway. So that's the picture they were showing me. This was somebody who was in that experiment and was on acid. So that part was fairly clear. But I always then ask, well, what's the message? Who do you want to talk to? Who are you coming through for? Because I realize people watch these lives even, weeks, whatever, potentially months later that aren't here. And so I always try to, no, when I get something like this and nobody here on the live can claim it, then I assume that Spirit's bringing that person to this live later. So anyway, they then showed me a young man. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this message is coming through for the young man. But then they started showing me pictures of a young man who also took acid. And this is where the confusion starts for me. So I wasn't sure if this was his grandfather, somebody who then came through to talk to the grandson, but then the grandson. And so it got a little muddy there for me as a reader. So what I'm allowing is there's two possibilities. Either because I'm assuming this would be grandfather in that area because I'm from that time zone, came through to bring a message to say hello to the grandson. Maybe he was trying to caution you not to do what he did. Or it could also be that they have both crossed over and both of them, it involved acid. So if whoever finds this message and you have relatives that any of this makes sense for, please put that down in the comments for me so I can have some kind of a verification or clarification on the story. I apologize that I couldn't be more specific with that, but they didn't really have a message other than they just want to come through and, here I am, say hello. That's a pretty specific story. And I don't believe there was any mystery about what caused their death. I think this was pretty clear about what was involved, or at least maybe the autopsy showed that or something. So you'll know if this was your person. So if that is your story or your relative's story, or maybe you know somebody, please pass this on to them that they just want to come in and acknowledge that they're okay and basically and say hello. So excuse me, that was what I got for tonight. And that person, now, is anybody here? I noticed that maybe somebody's here wants a reading before. If not, I'm going to start because I like to do a little pull for the next few days. Kind of see what's coming toward us. So I'm going to ask that. Who and what is coming toward us? The people that watch this video in the next few days. And FYI, I'm going to have to change the schedule again in a couple of weeks. So I'm not sure what night this is going to land on. Probably, I may go back to doing it on Sunday night, but I have a conflict right now because I teach a class. But I'm losing my class slot at the studio where I teach on Sunday night. And so I can move this back. But I'm still going to try to do 2 a week. Just don't know exactly when yet. All right, let's see. This is ready. All right. Getting over an ending. Happiness is coming. Oh, that's good. I like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So for some of us, healing from a difficult ending, okay? Or could be some of us, the other meaning of this is we could be resisting an ending of some kind in the next few days, an ending to something. But that's going to bring us happiness. In other words, this ending needed to happen because now we're going to get these two cards. I love these. My favorite two cards in the deck, of course, the Sun and the Ace of Cups. This needed to happen to connect us to our happiness, filling our own cup of love and self-care is what I'm hearing. And we need to reflect on this. We need to go in and touch with our spiritual self and connect with that and do some reflection on whatever this ending is that we're either getting over or not wanting to happen. Again, there's two meanings to that card for me. I like pulling that. And we're not going to be able to see this coming. It's not something that we're going to feel like we have clarity on. We may have fears around the ending. This just means things that you can't see. They're hidden. And it's going to feel like we're at a stalemate or there's no movement. In other words, I think it's going to feel like something was going along and then suddenly a screeching halt. So I feel like there's another energy with this that feels like it may knock the wind out of our sails. Let me say it like that. It's kind of like we've got a lot of willpower, we're emerging forward, and then suddenly the bottom kind of falls out a little bit. It's not a tower, but it just feels like, to me, this like the wind's knocked out of you, so to speak. But in the end, it's going to be a good money, a good. It can be good for money, family, whatever. This is the Ten of Pentacles is very good, positive, tangible things in the world. Happy home, all that good stuff. That's beautiful. And so it's saying, don't give up. Don't give up. Whatever this ending is, I think my feeling is it needed to happen, but I will pull a card on that just real quick. What this ending was about here that's taking place, or why we're resisting the ending. Show me about this Ten of Swords, please, in this next few days for my viewers. Next few days for my viewers. What is this Ten of Swords here? What is this Ten of Swords for my viewers? Well, hard to talk. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I said Crossroads when that Chariot came out, and that's not the Crossroads card. But this is. So something that we were, I just heard the word stalling, but it has to do with, this can be self-sabotage. It can also be people being cruel. This is the winning at all costs card, but it's, something that you knew needed to end, you, the viewer, all of us. I think we were at a crossroads about this for a while, but all the while we knew. And then this just could be a lot of mental mind blank effery. I'm sorry, I don't like to curse in here, but something that we really, people playing mind games. This is people playing mind games. So I don't know if this is somebody, of course at work. I don't know who this is. I didn't ask that, but yeah, somebody, you just want to put an end to people playing mind games, whoever this is for you. Let's see what else is down here. So in terms of what's going on for the energy, this feels so positive. I think we're just going to say, no, I'm pulling my horses up. I'm not going down that road anymore. I want to go over here where, maybe you're going to be focusing on your money. Maybe that's what's going on here. I just feel like this, like the Chariot just comes a screeching halt and turns the Chariot around. This is basically no movement, but it feels to me like we're just saying, okay, time to reassess. And maybe we can't see, so we're just going to say, if you can't see in the dark, you're not going to, most people wouldn't move. They would just kind of stop and where am I now? So I think this is just saying there is a bit of a reset. And I know, as I said early in this reading, the energy this week has been tumultuous for the last 10 days, really, but it's what I've been feeling. And so I think this is just saying, this is kind of where it has to be This is the interim before. This is the turnaround, the turn, a pivot point, the corner. We're turning a corner here. That's it. So many of us are turning a corner here in the next few days, but it's going to take us somewhere very nice and positive. So I'm really liking that for us. All right. Just, guard yourself against people playing mind games with you. Be the duck, as I always say. Let the water roll off your back. Be the duck. Be the duck. All right. All right. What's coming in here? Beast Boy. Hello. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Hang on 1 second. Let me get my cards put back. And I will answer your question here. Let me put this back. And tell me what deck for Beast Boy. Tell me what deck. Okay. Second here. Well, let me know where you're from. I always like knowing where people are from. I think that is so interesting and just such an amazing world we live in where people are all over the world. That's the price you have to pay for a reading here. You have to let me know where you're from. Maryland, USA. Yeah, a Virgo. All right. Okay. Hey, hold on. Now, let me ask. First of all, what deck? What deck for Beast Boy? What deck for Beast Boy? Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. Let me catch up on get my glasses where I can read your comments here. Now that's 3 questions. 1 question. Which one you want me to answer? She's in Egypt. I'm going to pull some cards. Let's see what comes out. She's in Egypt. Ooh, she's a Scorpio. Oh, I'm a Scorpio, right? You do know that. I mean, my channel is called Scorpio. I'm actually a double Scorpio. All right. Tell us what's going on. Did she get fired? Well, so she's not talking to you. Is that why you don't know the answer to that question? Did she get fired and is she coming back? All right. So first of all, oh, now you're going to believe in what everybody tells you, huh? No. I'm not going to go down that road. I mean, that's how sometimes we find out, isn't it? Sad but true, right? Sad but true. Okay, let's see. You know what that card means? I'm not going to speak on it. Let me get some more cards. So I didn't ask the question yet because I was waiting for you to see which one you wanted me to ask. All right. Love is a trend. Oh, I love that for a title. Okay, you don't know. Okay, that's the Ace of Cups. That means brand new beginnings in love. That's what that means. That means a whole lot of love, but new beginnings in love. All right, but let me see because I want to see where. Let me see. Okay, love is the trend. Again, I just love that for a handle. I think you're number 2, but I just started on Beast Boy. So let me get back up here 1 second. Which one you said you wanted to know about the job, right? If she's been fired or not. That's more to do. Well, whatever she's doing, I think she's loving it. But I didn't really ask the question yet, so I'm putting it back. Then I'm going to ask. Tell me about her job and what. Let me go back up here and find her name. Wait a minute. Stellaveris. Did she get fired? Tell me about her job. Stellaveris' job. What's the situation with her job? This deck is, I love this deck, and yet it's so stingy with the flyers. You see me, I've just been shuffling. Come on. Ooh. May have 10 of Cups in reverse. This is the Everything Happiness card, but not in the reverse. It means unhappiness. So she may have, let me pull a couple more cards. She might be. That basically says, I'm unhappy, but typically that would be a feeling. The cups are about feelings. Tell me about the job. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to say probably yes. She got the Tower card now coming out, so that's a pretty strong. If you're asking somebody got fired, those two cards together would probably say yes. So I'm going to get one more on the job. Tell me one more card. It's at the bottom. So this is interesting. Either, 1 second here. Sorry, I was looking at cards. Okay. That is an interesting card to fall there. Okay, so these two cards I already talked about. Those two to me would say the answer to your question about her job would be, say, she did get fired or lost her job or something that's making her unhappy, and it was sudden. This is the sudden upheaval card. But these are followed by the Nine of Cups, which typically in a love reading, that's meaning somebody's coming in with love. So that could be saying that she realizes, it could be saying a couple of things, that she realizes that this is maybe not where her happiness was in the first place, and this is a blessing in disguise. Actually, that's kind of what I'm hearing. Or she could be saying somebody owes her an apology, or maybe she owes them an apology having to do with this. But what I'm feeling is Spirit is saying, because this is a major arcana card. And what happens with this card is things are built on a shaky foundation. And when the person isn't willing to make the changes they need in their lifetime, the Spirit will come in and pull the rug out from under them. Well, you're not willing to do that on your own, so we're going to just wipe everything out and blow up the tower, and then you have to build it back. But when it's built back, it will be on a stronger foundation. So because this is major arcana, this is saying this was going to happen. This needed to happen. This needed to happen. And so I think the other message here about, we're talking about the job now, is that because it wasn't making her happy, or something about it wasn't making her, or maybe the future of that job was not going to make her happy. So that's what I feel about the job. Now, let me go over here. Let me go back here, put these cards back, and ask about, you said, is she coming back? Is that was this other, is she coming back to you? Okay. Is she coming back to be sport? Is she coming back? Will there be a reconciliation with Beast Boy? Will there be a reconciliation with Beast Boy? You can see I'm shuffling. Will there be a reconciliation? Very possibly. She's dealing with some, it's interesting, this is the card that just came out in the general reading when I talk about what's happening, but it's in reverse. Yeah, she's licking her wounds right now, because she feels like there was mind games play. Now, I don't know if this is you or her that did the mind games. I can't comment about that. You'll know your situation. But oftentimes this means somebody who wants to make amends when it's in the reverse. It's the Five of Swords, and they want to make amends. Like 5 or 6. Yeah, 5. Mhm. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Wow, look at that. The Justice card is in the reverse. So that could mean she feels she was done an injustice. Okay. Yeah, you got several cards here that may indicate no, but I'm going to clarify. So don't jump to the oh. Okay. I started to say, yeah, I'm going to clarify, and right on that is the card for me, reconciliation. So I want to clarify this. I want to ask about this Justice card because at the bottom you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which says things are not where they need to be. The Wheel of Fortune, when it's in the upright, is good fortune. When it's in reverse, it's bad fortune, which is reversed here. So this is just telling me a story that I think this is also a card of waiting for your ships to come in, looking out at distant shores. This is a merchant who, and I don't know if you can see these little ships in the water out here, who has sent his ships out into the world to gather treasures, and now they're coming back in, and he's sitting on the shore waiting. So this is about timing often. It is about timing. It also, interesting because you said that, can mean foreign travel. So foreign travel, this card can be making amends. I'm feeling for there needs to be amends made for whoever did what. This just because there she feels like there's been injustice here. Now, this could be saying she's just, I'm feeling like she's got a lot going on here with just tuning into her energy. She's mad. Can I just say that? I'm just gonna be straight with you. She is angry, and I don't know that that's all directed at you. I think she's upset about this job situation. I really do. I think she's got a lot on her plate right now, and I feel like just love is not a priority for her right now. Is what the energy that I'm feeling from this. Okay. Now that being said, I want to ask what this justice, what. Let me ask it differently. What is the potential outcome? Let me see if it will talk. I might need to get another deck here. What is the potential outcome here? Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Because right now it kind of feels either. Oh, crikey, really? What's in? This is confirming what I was feeling. First of all, I think she wants her money to be fixed, money situation, job situation to be fixed. I think that's a big concern. I guess some of us take a lot of pride in that, and so hang on a second. I feel like it's cutting my head off. Well, not just pride, but the pride is in being self-sufficient. I mean, I'm that way. I'm very independent and self-sufficient. So I don't like to depend on anybody. And so I feel that energy with her. I feel there's a lot of me going on here too. I mean, in terms of kind of what they're showing me. And so when I asked to clarify this about what's going forward, then I get this 10 of Pentacles, which is we talked about this earlier. It is the everything, the happy home, the money's good, the picket fence, the dog, the family, the whole thing. This is everything coming together. This is good. So then I get the World card at the bottom of the deck, which is the end of something. What is the ending? It's the end of indecision, the end of a crossroad. And there is expansion coming. Now be careful. This also means previously. And there's a new opportunity coming. And this is, now I know we ask about love, but this could be saying to me, she needs her money. I just keep getting that vibe. She's too focused on her job right now and what she's going to do to take care of herself, I think. That she wants that to be right before she can. That's like her priority right now. But it's saying that she's looking for, and I think she's going to get another new opportunity here. There may be some competition for this new situation she's looking at, but it is going to come, and it's going to come fast. Now let me pull a couple of more cards here. Didn't mean for this to be so long, but I kind of want to get to the bottom of the story. Sometimes the cards are clear, and sometimes, you know, you can read them a couple of different ways, but all I keep feeling with her is she's unhappy. She's kind of pissy feeling, and she has the right to feel that way right now. I think she's just licking her wounds, and it's what we do. That's human nature. We just need some time sometimes. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. She is feeling, and I can feel this. You mentioned she's psychic, and I'm going to speak about me. I can't speak for every other psychic or medium, but we have to raise our vibration in order to do readings. Like, I can typically do a lot just walking in off the street, and somebody asks me a question. I'm pretty good at that. But there's times where the deeper readings, or if I do private sessions, or I'm talking to deceased loved ones, I got to meditate. I got to get my vibration. I got to calm everything around me, and, make sure my environment's, I got incense over here. I mean, I got, we all have our little rituals that we do. And so the High Priestess is the intuition card, and it's saying, she knows everything she needs to know, but she's not telling anyone. This means she's keeping it all to herself. This is secret, hidden wisdom that she's keeping to herself. And this card came out sideways. I think she's saying, I don't feel like my intuition. I feel like because of everything that's going on with the job right now, she doesn't feel like her intuition is working very well right now. Well, if she's using that for her income, then that could be a problem. And so it's like me. I had the exact same thing going on this week. I had some serious family things going on involved my children, and I was really having a hard time. And I was both going to do live, and I haven't done any readings or any lives this week because I knew what I gave to people, what I would give to you here would have been inferior, and I wasn't going to do that. Did that affect my bottom line? Well, yes and no. But I mean, so I think she's very concerned that this status where she is now. Now, I know you asked me about love, and I haven't lost sight of that. I'm not even reading your comments over here. I'm just off in my own world. But following this card is the Nine of Cups. Because this is affecting how she feels about this, and I'm really relating to the story strongly. If I'm not doing well in that part of my life because it's so important for me, love is like way on the back burner for me. It's just not. I gotta be right with who I am and be right with the world in terms of my intuition and how I give to people in that way. And if that's off, then it affects other things in my life. So I really feel like that's what she feels passionate about. And until she can find balance with that in her life, she's going to put up a lid of a wall. I mean, I got two cards here back to back. Look at the images on those cards. Somebody putting up a wall. And so I'm going to say this again. She is thinking about you. This is finally looking back on things from the past. But, and that's followed by a new beginning in love. Not wanting things to be over, or not wanting things to be over, or having a really hard time getting over an ending, and she's healing. So I just feel like the answer to you, I don't have a clear-cut answer, yes or no. I feel like this card says, give it time, because I think she may well not know what I probably can't give you the answer because she doesn't know yet. I think she needs to resolve these other issues in her career and regarding her intuitive abilities and get herself back on track there. And that's her priority here. And love just isn't right now. And I wish I had something different. Just no, I don't wish. It's cards are what they are. Beast Boy, I hope that I know that's not a clear yes or no, but that's the bigger story, and I hope you appreciate that what I'm trying to convey there. Because I do feel there is a chance. I do. I will tell you that. I think there's a chance, but probably the best thing is to give her some space right now is what I'm feeling. I mean, I know when I need it. And not to say you just abandon her or ghost her. I don't even know if y'all are talking at all. Apparently not right now. But sometimes you just got to give people space. And I think that's kind of what she's needing right now. Now, let me go check your comments and see if any of that. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. Welcome. You get it? Okay. Hi, Nitty P. Welcome. Okay. Thank you, Beast Boy. I know we all want a yes or no, but sometimes the cards just don't talk that way, in my opinion, anyway. And I just feel like she just needs some space right now. Okay, let her take time to heal and let the dust settle from this job thing. And you listen to your intuition, because I feel like, interestingly enough, I think you're pretty intuitive. And I think if you pay attention to your intuition, you will very well know, you'll be guided and kind of have an inner knowing about when it might be the right time to reach out to her. So I don't know if you meditate. I don't know if you do anything like she might do, but I feel like that would be helpful for you, and that you'll know. I think I'm just getting a response message. You're going to know. You just may wake up one day and say, today's the day. I'll send that text or whatever. So listen to those little inner voices. Okay, let me catch up here. I hope that was helpful, Beast Boy. Thank you for being here. And if you haven't hit that like button, please, everybody. That's how you show gratitude to your readers. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, then I guess you just have, I could talk for an hour on that. Yeah, you don't have her information. Maybe she's got you blocked, whoever, whatever, but you start studying the law of manifestation, you'll understand all that doesn't matter. She wants to, if it's meant to be and she wants to be with you, she'll reach out. So don't worry about that. You just work on getting yourself vibrationally to the point where you can receive that. All right, let me catch up. Now you said, okay, love is the trend, wants to know how Jonathan feels about her. Okay, great. What deck for love is the trend? I just can't get over that. I just love that so much. Yes. What deck? I reached for that deck. That's not normal, but okay. Is that the deck? Love. Which deck? Which deck? Show me. Which deck? My nose is itching. Okay. Love is the trend. All right. Love is the trend. How does Jonathan feel about love is the trend? How does Jonathan feel about love is the trend? You are very, very welcome, Beast Boy. Hope that helps. Start watching Law of Attraction videos. Just saying. I love Abraham Hicks. I talk about that every time. Ooh. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Just one second. Ooh, okay. Love is the trend. Not good. Feeling left out in the cold. Hurrying. Now, this is interesting because, yeah, like something has been a failure. That's the short answer. How he's feeling. And this may have to do with somebody taking too long. Like if you were waiting on a love, just for example, if you were waiting on a love offer, this is the slowest moving knight, and he eventually gets here, but sometimes he just takes too long. People give up and walk away. And so that if that story is resonating, but those came from the bottom of the deck. But these two, somebody feels left out in the call, and this card is the Six of Wands in reverse, saying they feel like something was a failure. Now, the interesting thing about this artist's depiction in this card, let me see if I can get it where you can focus, is you can see by her body language, she's sitting there with her head in her hand, probably crying. But what I don't know if you can see this key. She has the power to get herself out of here. All she has to do is lift up her head, take that key, and over here and open the door. So that always indicates to me that this person knows the key to fix this. But before I go any further, I need to know if love is the trend is still here, because I don't do readings for people if they click off. So if you're still here, love is the trend, please sound off for me in the chat. Perfect. Okay, thank you. That does resonate. Okay, good. So let me keep pulling some cards. Tell me more about Jonathan and how he feels about love is the trend. Yeah, I really appreciate the feedback, because it's not that my ego needs that. It's just I want to be sure I'm on the right track for you. Lover's card came out sideways. And if you've been to my readings before, that to me says when a card comes out sideways, it means it's neither upright or in the reverse. It's in transition. They don't know where. Your person doesn't know where it is. Your person, either they don't know or they don't know how to get it back, or of course I think they do. Hence this card. It's in transition. It's neither. So that tells me they still have feelings, clearly. They're saying that if there was competition or conflict here, they don't want that to be the case anymore, is what he's saying. What else for Jonathan? Was there a third party? Because this card can mean that for me. It's either that or maybe too much. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's what I figured. Well, that thing they say about karma. You know what they say about karma. She's a bitch. I'm sorry, but yeah. He feels like it was a missed opportunity. Boy, unlike the previous reading, this message is very clear. And I love that about tarot. Sometimes you just never know. He feels like this was a missed opportunity with you. Very, very clear message on that. He'd like to come and apologize, though. Don't know how you feel about that, because he has a lot of fear around that. There's a lot of fear around that, and because he can't see, he doesn't know how you would receive that. Okay, this is saying he wants to bring justice. Again, back to that Five of Pentacles. He knows what justice needs to happen, what it will require. In other words, yeah, you better come with those roses, and none of those stop at the curbs to gas station roses either. They better be nicer than that, right? No, we're not picky. We love roses. But now this is all saying good stuff here, because the Justice card is in the upright. This means he wants to balance the scales, and he wants to work on these. These are all cards saying he wants to work on this. Eight of Pentacles means this is the Apprentice card. I want to put in work on this. I'm ready to balance. This now is a major arcana. Well, the Moon card is, that you've got several major arcana here. The Moon card, Justice card, and Temperance are major arcana, which implies that major arcana are when divine energies, divine intervention into things. So this kind of implies to me that spirit wants us balanced too. That they're telling your person, they know. Temperance card is patience. It's saying, but he knows he's going to have patience. He knows he's going to have patience because you found out some Knight of Swords can be disappointing news. This is fast movement. He wants to come in, but he knows you don't think he's stable. He knows you don't think he's stable, and he knows you don't think that there will be even give and take here potentially, and that you've pulled away. No milk chocolate, Rose. That's funny. No milk chocolate. No, we want the real deal, right? I got to tell you, my guy brought me the prettiest arrangement of roses for Mother's Day that I have ever had in my life. And that's saying something at my age. But it was, oh my God, it was huge. I mean, it was, I don't know what he spent on that, but it was impressive. Now I'm going to ask, no, he disappeared. No more chance. Well, that's his loss, isn't it? Okay. Let me see what else he wants to say. What else does he want to say? Ooh, those just popped right out. Yeah. I want to move to calmer waters. I understand now. I've got clarity now. Yeah, they always do after the fact. Turns out that grass was astroturf that was on the other side of that fence. It was not greener, only the Devil card. So the Devil means being released from something that was toxic, to things that were holding you back, things that were toxic is a good word. It can be addictions. So I'm wondering if was something involved along that line too. Yeah, no, it's not greener over there, is it? But they got to go find that out. That's when I started this. I just felt like Karma's a Bitch was your reading. Yeah. Been there. I've got that t-shirt also. Just saying. Yeah. This is indicating, though, he wants to put an end to this. He could be saying, I'm releasing myself from these habits that I know are not good for me. I want to put this down. This has been a heavy, heavy burden. This is like the heaviest burden in the tarot, so to speak. The Ten of Wands. But it's the end of the tens reset to aces. So this is the end for him of these heavy. And what I love about that is followed by the two, to drop those Two of Pentacles, which says, what does he want to pin? These three cards. Oops. I'm letting myself go, being released, letting myself go. I want to be released from things that are toxic, that have been holding me back. That's been a heavy burden. And what is that? Juggling. This is the card of too many things in the air, too many balls or people in the air. I know this has caused disappointment. I know that I've disappointed you because there were too many things that were seen and hidden. But I've learned my lesson. This is I call him the learning page. But I've learned my lesson. Yeah, and I want to go toward, I'm hoping you're not walking away from me because I want to bring you my cup of love. Oh, this is my God, these are fabulous. The Four of Wands, this is often called the twin flame card. The artist depiction in this card doesn't really reflect that, but in most tarot, there's 2 or 4 wands standing upright that looks like 1111. Twin flame soulmate kind of card is what a lot of people call it. But basically, it's the happy home. It can be commitment. It can be, a committed relationship, marriage, Three of Wands means expansion. He does feel he's very attracted to you, finds you sexy, knows that you are this beautiful, energetic person, and he knows he broke your heart. He knows that. He knows that. This is him talking to you right now. I put 10 swords in your back. I literally stabbed you in the back with 10 swords. I broke your heart, and that's why you broke up with me. I got my justice. I got my justice. You know your self-worth. You know your self-worth. And that's how he ended up over here failing. He didn't see, because he didn't see your worth. Oh, astroturf green grass again. He's hoping you're healing. He's trying to heal from this. He'd really like to apologize. He's just afraid you're not. He feels, this is a Fool in reverse. He feels, I'm hearing afraid to approach you, that it might be risky to approach you. This is also somebody who's afraid to take risks. Excuse me, sorry. Bring the love. Okay, bring the cup of love before it goes cold. Well, let me pull on that for you. Let me put these back and then ask, how can we ask that question? Let's see. Because I'm guessing the energy I'm feeling from you, I'm not looking in cards about that right now, but I'm feeling you're saying he's got to reach out to you because you're not reaching out to him. Am I feeling that correctly? Yep. Don't blame you. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat tonight. So, what do we want to ask about? How can we ask this? It's going to ask what he's going to do. What is he going to take action? What is he going to do? We know what he's thinking and feeling. Oh, he's really missing you bad. He's missing you bad. Oh, good Lord. 6 of Cups in reverse and the Sun in reverse. He's not happy. What's he going to do, though? What's he going to do? Show me some action cards. What's he going to do about this? He knows what he did. Now, what's he going to do about it? What are his actions? What are Jonathan, right? What are Jonathan's actions? Ooh. Ooh. Hang on a minute. I got this whole conversation going on down here at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. All that whole bunch of cards that I had pulled came all, oh my God, that's it. I love tarot. You saw me shuffling, and half of those, or more of those cards came back at the bottom of the deck. It's kind of telling that same story, but the card that popped out for you, you've been giving too much of your energy. I hear that one too. I've been there. But I want remind me to come back and tell you something about that. Hang on a minute. I asked what actions he might take. Now, I just talked about this card. This 9 of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy in the tarot. But, so it's like if you wanted to pay your power bill and you wanted to give a check to pay your power bill to one of the knights in the tarot, this is the only one that you're going to be sure of that gets there. The other knights, they'll be off picking daisies in the fields and whatever, fishing down by the creek. Then they'll think about the check, and then they go off and go hunting over here or whatever. This knight will get there. It's just that he's going to sit down and take a nap a few times before he gets there. So he takes his sweet time. Now, what's at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups in reverse, which means, 10 of Cups in the upright is the happy card. In the reverse, it's not happy. However, this particular deck, because of the artist, let me turn it upright, depiction of this. I always feel like this to me is, it's like 10 of Cups is the most happiness you can have, right? But these people are sitting in a rainbow. Well, we all know you can't sit on a rainbow. That's illusion. It's like too much of a good thing or too good to be true. And because this is in reverse, I'm feeling like your person has a little bit of that. He's lost his self-confidence. Now he's feeling like you're probably too good for him. He doesn't think you're going to take him back, even if he tries, even though he wants to. So he's got this internal debate going on about, well, I don't even know if I should try now because, I miss this person. I'm unhappy without her, him, her. Love is the trend. I'm assuming you're female, but it doesn't matter. And I really want to come forward. But is this an illusion? Am I kidding myself about this? Maybe because the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is lying and cheating in the upright, deception. But in reverse, this is often somebody who wants to make amends. So I'm getting that, yeah, because why? And underneath that card is, this is the Nine of Swords, anxiety, sleepless nights, staying up, like Steve's Love Tarot always says, up at 2 o'clock in the morning, pacing the kitchen with a bottle of whiskey card. That's like, they're worried. They're worried that they don't have the magic to bring this back. Or he. And that here again, and then that's where the cards start repeating because he feels like it was a missed opportunity. Same cards are coming back now. That he's out in the cold. He's afraid because he didn't see, didn't have clarity, fears out in the cold, hidden things, and that you're walking away. So So I was going to suggest to you something here. I want to, so that's telling a pretty clear story. Now, in every one of my readings, it seems like lately, I come to this point where, first of all, do you want this person back? If they come correct, will you take them back? Because if you would, and you want them back, you just want them coming correct. I feel like you do, or you wouldn't be here asking a reading. If you didn't want this person back, you'd be, I don't know, out with your girlfriends drinking wine. I don't know, but you wouldn't be here asking about this person if you didn't want them back. That's my take on it. So he's psyching himself out. Well, I think that's accurate. Yes, I think he is too. So here's my point in saying that to you. Yeah, just come correct. Yes, and you miss him. I could feel that. Yeah. All right, so here's the thing. You have to do, every relationship is 50-50. I don't care how horrible a thing they did, you have your 50% because of law of attraction. Like it or not, don't shoot the messenger. That's the law of the world. That is the law of energy, the law of attraction. So if you want him back, and he's over here, and I don't think I'm in my head, I don't think I can make this happen, so nothing is happening, then I'm going to recommend you do your 50%. That means you need to do some shadow work. You need to go in, you need to ask, well, what in my world, what in my psyche, what in my subconscious was I thinking, not your conscious, but your subconscious, what in my subconscious was I thinking, or energy was I putting out there, beliefs about the world that I was putting out there that made this happen in the first place. Now, hold up, Pop, 1 second. I'm going to give you an example. Me. Well, I don't think I want to tell you the whole long story, but let me just say, because of things in my childhood, I didn't know this, of course, until 30 years later, but I did my deep dive and learned that I had a pattern in my subconscious about there being a third party. Now, let's be clear, third parties are not always romantic interests. They can be jobs, they can be somebody travels all the time for their job, they can be an illness, they can be a family member, they could be a pet, It can be all kinds of things that interfere with your relationship, your romantic relationship. But there is a third element. And so I struggled with several relationships until I figured this out, that my 50% was that was my belief about the world. There's some element that always comes between me and my partner to interfere, that causes me to feel where I end up feeling abandoned, or I'm not put first, I'm not prioritized, all those feelings. So once I got a handle on that, then I started doing my internal work. And what that means is you have to turn that thought around. First of all, you can assume that something like that is what's in your subconscious, because everybody's just a mirror for us. Everything that happens to us in life is a mirror to show us what we need to work on. So you need to be a point of attraction to attract someone who's not going to have that going on, whether it's this person or somebody else. Because if you don't fix that, even if you get somebody brand new, that thing is going to show up. Law of attraction. If that's your belief about the world, I'm never number one, I'm always having to share my person with some other thing or person, then you're just going to create the same thing all over again with somebody new. So I always recommend, there are a lot of good people who talk about law of attraction. I love Abraham Hicks. That's my favorite. So get busy researching, doing some Google, the hundreds, if not thousands of videos here on YouTube. And just type in a search for Abraham Hicks relationships or cheating spouse or whatever, and start educating yourself about what you can do to change that dynamic within yourself. And when you change you, the point of attraction changes. And I'm going to tell you this, I've seen this over and over and over in my personal life and in other people's as well. Once you shift that inside yourself, they come crawling back. I'm just saying. Roses, chocolate, I don't know, the chariot, the whole thing, So that's your homework. Love is a trend. That is your homework, is first fix you. And I know I don't mean that you're broke. Oh, I just saw this cool orb go by. I love that. But work on your 50%. You can't fix another person. It's not our job. It's not our right to fix other people. And if he didn't want to take responsibility for his part, then okay. But at least if you do your part to work on you, then when you attract a new person, whenever that is for you, then you'll get somebody who will be there 100% for you. Okay, so that's what I have for you tonight. I hope that was helpful. And if you haven't already hit that like button, please do so. I'd be so grateful. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to read and to, get that message out there, because it seems like I'm a broken record and I say that same thing every week, but it's true. And I've just lived it. I've lived it so large in so many areas and arenas of my life that, it's proven itself time and time again. So that's the way it works. And by the way, since we're on the subject, it's true with anything, whether it's a job, it's money, you want the car in the garage, you want the money in the bank, you want, to travel, you want to go on whatever it is for you. You want that new handbag, you want that new person. It's all the very same thing. You have to believe it. You have to believe it to see it, yes, but you have to feel it to receive it. So Abraham Hicks is one. The reason I like Abraham so well is because a lot of people talk about visioning, visualizing, and all that's really good, and saying positive affirmations, all that's really, really good too. But if you're not, the secret sauce to all of those things is also feeling it. So really, what does it feel like? You spend some time remembering when it was good between you two, remembering what it felt like when he was there with you and you were happy, what it felt like. Bring that feeling back. Don't focus on the ugly stuff that we know he did. Don't focus on that, or you're just going to get more of that. Focus on what you want. Focus on the positive, and really bring that in, and bring those feelings to the surface. I remember when he did that. Yeah. Well, that feels good. Okay. And speak in present tense. I mean, there's a lot of little tricks and nuances to manifestation, but the feeling part is sort of, I feel, the magic sauce that really helps people escalate. That's what I'm looking for. Escalate the manifestation. So there are also some good people here, and I'm trying to remember the name of one of them that make, I love subliminal videos. Like, I sleep with some many nights that they make them about all different kinds of things. So if you just put it on low volume, right, like I'll leave my phone plugged in and put it on low volume and sleep with that, because that reaches a different part of your psyche than if you're just walking around every day doing, because when you're sleeping, you're in a different brain state. And so that just goes, it doesn't have to go through the resistance that your conscious mind would put out. It goes directly into your subconscious. And that's a pretty powerful technique. So I recommend that highly to anybody who hasn't done that before. Playboy Bunny, hello again. Lovely for you to join us tonight. Thank you so much. We're talking about law of attraction and manifesting, and how to get a lover back and all that good stuff, and how green grass is just astroturf. Feel free to borrow that, y'all. I just pull that one out of my hat. So anyway, I highly recommend y'all do your homework. Take your whatever happens to you in life. I don't care what it is. Like I said, if it's a job or something you're wanting, you can't get there from focusing on what you don't have. You have to focus on what you do have. Thank you for the smileys, Playboy. You have to focus on the thing that you're wanting, but not from I want it place. You've got to focus on from I already have it place. That's really the only way. I'm just saying, I shouldn't say the only way. It closes the time gap. It's almost like you can do affirmations till the cows come home, maybe for 5 years, and maybe that person's going to show back up for you. But if you do this other work, I'm telling you, it's like the next day, the next week, whatever. It's like jumping timelines. Is what I have observed. It's jumping timelines sometimes, so it's pretty amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Astral projection too. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm a meditation teacher. I taught meditation for 25 years, retired for, 5 years, and now I'm back teaching again. So I'm all about some good meditation. I am all about that. And there is a technique. I don't know what they're teaching you, Playboy Bunny. I don't know what kind of techniques they're using and all that. But the key is to get the, I did. The key is to get those messages into a different part of your brain, a different brain wave. And when we're walking around every day, like I said, saying our affirmations and all that, it's going into a different part of our brain, I believe. And I'm not the scientist, alpha maybe. So when we sleep or we meditate, we shift and our brain waves goes into a different state, and and we're not focused. We're not outwardly. I don't think that's a word. I'm pretty sure my word game went out to prove that. Outwardly, worldly focused. We are inwardly focused. And so when we really relax and we get into a deep meditation, we're not operating from our conscious brain. And that's another reason why these techniques can slip in. And then if you get into that state, like a deep meditation, and then from there you are affirming some of these positive things, it's almost as good, probably as good as sleeping, because it goes in and it bypasses the resistance that we have in our conscious mind. And the resistance is the part that says, "Oh, I don't have that. I could never have that. I could never have that person. I'll never have that much money." That's the conscious part of our brain, because we're conscious part of our brain is focused on what is, what we're seeing, what's in my garage, or what's in my driveway, or what's my bank account, not what we are trying to manifest. And so we have to bypass that conscious resistance, and that's why in your meditation practice you can also do that. So let me catch up on your comments here. Where are you? What city are you in? Because there are teachers. Oh my gosh, wow, what a cool experience. Hang on, wait, I keep forgetting to have this bookmark, so I can't see part of your last message there. Let me see, where is it? You still don't know what? I can't read that last. Somebody type one more message here so I can see that last sentence. They put the little emoji icon over at the bottom right where my chat scroll is, and I can't see that word. Oh, I still don't know what that means. Okay, which part? Okay, well, I know some people in Florida that teach, so I think, where is it? Orlando, I think. Well, let me look. 3 of us here. No suggest. Yes, that's correct. One now. 1 second. Let me look here real quick for you and see if there's. Now, I will admit the people that I'm talking about, they probably don't talk about manifestation. I don't know, they may, but they teach meditation style very like what I do. So let me see if I can find that for you real quick. I know there used to be a group in Orlando. Oh, that's right. That's right. Where is he? Where, I forgot. Dan does teach down there. All right, hang on. I'm pulling up community, local group activities. Okay, we've got Atlanta, Georgia, of course, Birmingham, me, Boulder, Colorado, Copenhagen, Denver, Knoxville, LA, Memphis, Nashville, Orlando, Florida is Doug Kilgore. So, and I don't know what Dan, I mean, he's not on the website I'm looking at, but yeah, I knew there was a group. So are you anywhere near, Playboy Bunny, are you anywhere near Orlando? Because I'll give you this guy's name and you can contact him if you're anywhere in that vicinity. And I'm actually, he does online stuff? Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, if you're comfortable giving out his contact info, that would be awesome. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's so much good stuff online nowadays. That's the world we live in. And I've had some of my viewers ask me about doing some videos or doing some. I'm just not sure if I want to have the time, and I'm not sure if I can juggle all that right now and, making videos and all that. But I may do that in the future. So check back. Well, perfect. Thank you, Wanell. Website is Meditate with Dan. And Dan is a lovely man. I will tell you, he's a sweetheart. And he has been meditating probably as long as I have. And I've been meditating over 35 years. So he would be somebody I could recommend without question. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And apparently I didn't even know that about him, that he has so that's great. Thank you, Wanell. Wanell is also a long-time meditator like me. we're that way. We love meditation. Okay, so anyway, that is that about that. But I'm trying to bring. That's sort of why I came back out of I came out of retirement to teach again. I wanted to bring my knowledge of that and energy, and of course doing the mediumship stuff is maybe a small part of it, but all of those things. Plus, I wanted to bring in some other more contemporary subjects like even tarot, or but especially of course, more people opening up and being more open-minded about energy and that energy work and all that good stuff. But I just really wanted to talk about law of attraction in more of my classes. I mean, I just feel that's a very poignant subject these days. And so that's one of the things I have added to my curriculum when I teach now. Excuse me. So, but there's a lot of good stuff online. It just depends on what kind of a meditation teacher you're looking for. If you're looking for somebody who, pardon me, what I call in my classes, I have a group I call Meditation Light. And that's basically sort of no offense to anybody who's never meditated, but it's kind of the more Western version. It's a little bit, I don't mean this in a detrimental way. I'm going to say watered down, but I don't mean that in an ugly way. I just mean for some of us that have really gone the more Eastern meditation route, which incorporates a lot of energy work, energy therapy, and balancing, and Qigong, and all that. The Western is a little bit uncomprehensive. It just doesn't cover, excuse me, as much as I wish it did. So, but everybody has to start somewhere. I mean, I certainly did. So everybody has to start somewhere. We have to get our feet wet. And so that's why I said anything, even if you just go online, and there's plenty of YouTube channels here that offer meditation. My style of meditation, and this is a little piece of trivia here I will share, factoid, whatever, not really trivia. Most, no, I won't even say that. Some meditation practices, you will be focusing on, thank you, Wandale. Yes, please hit that like button, you guys, for everybody who's here. Thank you. It's why you should say thank you to your readers. A lot of meditation practices, where, especially the ones online, they have people talking through the meditation, guiding you. Those are okay. Again, it's a good place to start. There's some where you focus on sounds, or you focus on music, or you focus on a candle, or all those things. Again, those are good places to start. But ultimately, the difference is those tend to keep you outwardly focused, as I was mentioning earlier. Because if you are listening to music or somebody's voice guiding you through the meditation, you're going to be outwardly focused listening to that person or music or whatever. Whereas if you learn to focus on your breathing and internally, then you're just you with you sitting quietly. That opens up a different kind of learning for you, if I can say it that way. So I think that's a deeper practice, but start wherever you are and then experiment and try some different kinds of practices until you find one that you really like. And then, because we're all different, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. So I'm hoping that you'll try something, whatever works for you. Find some practice that works for you, whether it's online or whatever. And I mean, I was talking to Super Bunny a minute ago. She's probably gone, but not Super Bunny. Well, you may be a Super Bunny, but Playboy Bunny. We were talking about meditation, and she wishes there were somebody in her town, and that's how we got on the subject. So there are, however, as we were saying about our friend Dan, who does an online class, and I may start doing that. I have debated about starting a membership on my channel just for subscribers and members, and we'll do a once a week meditation class. So I have debated about that. If you have thoughts about that, please leave me a comment. Give me your 2 cents on that one. But it would, in the beginning, start out like what I was saying. It would start out being a guided meditation because most people have never meditated. They need somewhere to start. And then we would kind of go from there. And as people got more experienced and had a little bit more under their belt, so to speak, then we could have some different experiences. But any meditation is better than none. Any meditation you do is better than not meditating at all. I'm highly, highly supportive of anything you do. And there's so many advantages physically, physiologically, emotionally, mentally that come from meditating regularly and consistently. It's an awesome practice. The ancient people knew what they were doing. Been around a few thousand years and they knew what they were doing, right? Okay, well, I'm guessing, let me scroll back over here. I have waxed on philosophical about all that. Let me check up on the chat. Check up on the chat. All right. Did I say hello to Crow's Nest? I apologize if I didn't. I missed your comment. Welcome for being here with us tonight. Let me see if I missed anybody else. I get so in my groove, and sometimes I forget to welcome people, and I do apologize. Daniela, hello, Daniela. Danielle, excuse me. That is an E. Danielle, welcome to you as well. Lovely for you to join us and contribute your energy. And I think I said hello to Crystal. I think I did, and I think I am caught up in terms of saying hello to everybody else. Okay. Well, I think that's it. I think we're going to call it a night, Dan. I don't know. No, there are not. Juanelle, thank you for asking. That is it, I guess, for tonight. And I'm going to try, fingers crossed, I was going to do this last week, but I am going to try to do a second live chat this week, probably Sunday. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to have to move the schedule because my class schedule where I teach is changing. So stay tuned. Check out the community tab on my page, and I'll be posting there. And sometimes I just do a pop-up because I never know if I'm going to do it. But if I do, I do. And if I don't, But the ones I have scheduled, right now I'm doing Wednesday nights for a couple more weeks, and then that will probably shift to Sunday nights. So anyway, check the community page. And if you're subscribed, you should get a notification from YouTube anyway, even if I just pop up. So. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you, and stay safe out there. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.